What is going on, everybody? We are back with a review for the last story of Bangkok Haunted. Um, I'm Nick, also known as Depraved. Uh, so this story was called Revenge. I'm sure it's not the only story that will ever get called Revenge. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the frame narrative that's going on around it and its fun little twist at the very end, which is kind of cool. So, Revenge is basically about a guy who is a police cadet, finds this girl dead, and decides, or after investigating the scene, it turns out that he feels she was murdered and she did not self-unalive like it was led to believe. He initially suspects it's going to be her ex, who was apparently super abusive. After confronting the ex, he finds out after some blood work from some people, or from the people back at the lab, that it can't be that guy, because that guy was apparently paralyzed before. And as he announces this, the cop guy accidentally kills the ex-boyfriend during a scuffle. Afterwards, they say they think it's a guy by the name of... what the crap is his name? Nee? No? Something like that. I'm mad now because it's such a simple name that I was making fun of during the thing. So the cop goes and confronts that guy. And as the cop confronts that guy, he kills him. And then you get the reveal that she's either dating or brothers are related to the cop. So he's getting revenge for her. After getting revenge, the cops on TV basically announced that they're coming for him for killing that guy, because they had proof that that guy wasn't involved with the murder because he was somewhere else. And actually, I think he was a love interest of the lady that had died. And then he realizes she basically built like a little pyramid of ice to get herself all the way up there to hang. And that's how it happened. And her spirit's been leading him on this wild goose chase to take out everybody that did her wrong and made her sad. And he gets arrested, and that's how that ends. It's definitely a fascinating story. So here's my problem with it, though. It is so far away from being horror, which I guess this isn't technically listed as it's going to be a horror movie. It just says it's Bangkok Haunted. They're all going to be stories about ghosts in some way, shape, or form. Now, obviously, I don't consider horror movies scary, so I wasn't looking for scare factor here. I was just looking for better writing and better horror representation. Now, with that being said, this story I do feel probably gets like a 6.5 out of me, maybe a 7. It's definitely better than the last story. It's not as good as the first one still. I kind of wish, again, I kind of wish it was more horror. I do like the little twist ending of the overall, like the frame narrative that's going on the outside. So it's these 3 girls talking and sharing ghost stories. The main lady that told the first story, gets the check, and then they reveal that the other 2 women aren't actually sitting there helping with the stories, so they don't exist, I guess. At least that's how I took it. And then, as she goes to leave, the demon character from the very first one that took over a girl's face at the very end was in the back of her head. So all of a sudden, it's kind of, she is the living, breathing version of that story. Like, she is Pagar, I think is her name. I could be wrong. Nope is the guy's name. The cop in the third story. Nope. Or the guy that they thought was the killer. Anyways. But yeah. So that was a nice little twist. She had the creepy head in the back of her head. It kind of reminded me of not Barbarian, Malignant. Kind of reminded me of Malignant when old girl had the face in the back of her head. Pretty decent movie. Over and above all, for Bangkok Haunted, I think it's a pass. I don't think anybody really needs to watch it. It's hard finding any version of it that doesn't suck either visually or it has absolutely terrible subtitles. It's one of the two. At least this version sounded better and had better subtitles. The other version definitely looks better. But no, this is an experience I feel like most people could honestly just skip over. It's not necessary. And like I said, the Legend of the Drum is a fun little story. But other than that, Revenge is okay. Black Magic Woman is 100% skippable. Like, you can miss out an entire 40 minutes of this movie and be 100% okay and not feel like you've missed anything. So yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me with this specific journey. And we'll see you next time. Peace.